Cavaliers have existed since 1970, and during that 53-year existence, the franchise has seen its fair share of memorable moments, herculean feats, and even a title comeback for the ages. With that said, here are 5 random stats about the 2023-24 iteration of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Number 1, Darius Garland has become one of the most exciting and dynamic young players in the NBA. He has become a 3-level scorer capable of torching you in an instant if you aren't careful. But he can be just as deadly when he is attempting to make plays for others. Over the course of 4 seasons, Garland has dished out 1,679 total assists on his way to averaging 6.7 dimes per game. He needs 437 more helpers to move past former Cavaliers Kyrie Irving and Foots Walker, who are locked into a tie for 5th place. This seems pretty doable considering that just over his last 2 seasons alone, he has averaged 560.5 assists per season. With the added firepower of Max Strus and George Niang, Garland should have no shortage of outlets to drop the ball off to now. Number 2. One of the biggest issues the Cavs have faced over the past couple of seasons is a general lack of spacing. After all, the team ranked just 19th out of 30 NBA teams in overall triples made per game last year. Despite that, 5 current Cavaliers are already top 30 in the franchise's total triples made list. Those 5 include Darius Garland, who has drained 553 3-pointers in 4 seasons, Donovan Mitchell with 245 in just 1, Isaac Okoro has completed 179 in 3 years, Dean Wade with 176 threes, and Karis LeVert, who has knocked down 148 in just 2 seasons with Cleveland. Number 3. Evan Mobley and Jarrett Allen can both climb into the top 10 on the Cavs' all-time blocks list this upcoming season. Mobley currently has 234 and needs just 120 more to overtake former Cavalier Jim Brewer, who spent 6 seasons in wine and gold for 10th place overall. Jarrett Allen at 230 needs 124 to do the same. It's worth noting that at their current pace, both could easily hop into the top 5 within the next 2 seasons. Mobley in particular has averaged 117 per season over his first 2 NBA campaigns. Number 4. Donovan Mitchell just put on one of the best single season performances in Cavaliers history after becoming the first Cav not named LeBron James to place within the top 10 in the points per game category after scoring 28.3 points per game during the 2022-23 campaign. He has scored a grand total of 1,922 points while wearing the wine and gold, and despite playing just 1 season in Cleveland, Donovan Mitchell needs just 624 more to move into the franchise's top 50. Interestingly enough, the player that currently sits at 50 is none other than Jarrett Allen, who should also move into the top 30 to 40 range. The mere fact that Mitchell is already this high on the list speaks volumes about his ability to put the ball in the hoop. And last but certainly not least, number 5. Cavs head honcho JB Bickerstaff has had quite the roller coaster of a career up to this point. Prior to becoming the head coach, he spent 12 seasons on the sidelines cutting his teeth as an assistant coach before getting his first opportunity to be the leading man with the Houston Rockets during the 2015-2016 season on an interim basis, taking over for then head coach Kevin McHale. He coached James Harden and the rest of the Rockets to a record of 37-34 during the regular season before being wiped out in a 5-game series against a monstrous Golden State Warriors team. He then eventually made his way to the Memphis Grizzlies as an associate head coach under Dave Fizdale, where he would eventually also step into the head coaching role after Fizz was ousted. Things didn't go well, and he was fired after coaching the team to a record of 48-97 in 2 seasons with the franchise, failing to make the postseason in both. And despite all of this, JB was given another opportunity when the Cavs decided to pair him with John Beilein before the 2019-20 season. Now we all know what happened next. Beilein was sent packing after failing to adapt to the modern NBA, making the now infamous thugs comment to players during a film session and just generally not having the overall respect of his young team. After Beilein parted ways with the team, JB was promoted, and despite some early bumps and bruises along the way, he has coached the team to a record of 122 and 125 overall and 95 and 69 over the last 2. He needs just 3 more victories to reach 500 with the team. Now overall, he is 207 and 256 as a head coach with a 2-8 record in the postseason. While he is unlikely to reach the 500 mark on his overall record, as he would need to go no worse than 66 and 16 this year to hit that mark, He could comfortably end the 2023-24 season well above 500 during his Cavs tenure. Now, getting that playoff record of 2-8 closer to 500 matters, but not as much as winning a playoff series or more overall does. Just get the job done. This is a make or break season for him after adding more depth, but I have faith that he will surprise a lot of people this upcoming season. Go Cavs.